What's up, everyone? So there's some Marasai tech that I think are really important for Marasai players to know, and also important for people who play against Marasai to know what they can do to you, right? So this is how Marasai's hook works. When you hook someone, it puts them right in front of you, okay? Now, what you can do with that is you can use it to turn. And I put him on the side of me. So in other games like Overwatch, this is the furthest you can turn someone. You can turn with Roadhog and do the same thing. But in this game, you can do something even better. You can turn him all the way behind you. So instead of landing like right here, right? Instead of this guy landing right here, I can put him all the way through my body. So as you can see, that's kind of broken. Just the fact that you can do that, but there's a lot more to it than that too. So the same way you can start moving, right? And it'll pull him further. So this guy goes right in front of like where this spot is. But if I start backing up as I'm doing it, I'll pull him even further. All the way from here when he would have landed right here. So since you can do that, what you can do with it even more is dash while you're doing it to pull them really, really far. So you hit a dash, you'll pull them way farther than you would have. Here's regular distance. Here's dash distance, right? And so you can do 2 dashes with this for it to be even more insane. You just have to do it correctly. Now, something that you need to know that is important for the next like little tip I'm going to show you guys is there's a point in which like they get sucked onto you and they commit to a spot essentially. They like commit to like being in front of your body, right? And it's like right now. So if you hook someone and then you dash, it doesn't do anything, right? Because they've already like committed to going to that spot that you're at. But if you dash earlier, then it pulls them in further. So here, as you can see, pulled them to where let's see. This is a spot right here. If I wait and then go in, it doesn't pull them in further. But if I dash early, it pulls them way past. So it's about this like commitment spot. So with that sort of stuff, what you can do is turn and pull people behind corners. So you can put this guy all the way right here. Now, something that's also important to know about this is when you hook somebody, you can body block them. Since you can't pull them through your body still. So if you try and hook someone and turn to the side like this, you're going to get stuck and it's not going to do what you want it to do. So the way that you can take advantage of that is instead of turning to the side like that, well, one, you can either, move back a little bit so you don't block them. Like you can do this, so it pulls them there. Or if you want to like be safe and hug the wall with it, you can just turn it completely around. And since you're turning around rather than looking to the side, it'll pull them and pull them around the side. So like this. And they can pull all the way around you. Like you said, they spun to the side there. So that's really, really, really useful. Now, the thing that I was talking about earlier about like a commitment point, what you can do is you can pull people around a corner with you. So you can do this sort of thing, right? I kind of got it, but what essentially you really need to try and do is pull, like do it at absolute max timing, and you can get them really, really far in. You can combo this with like looking to like make it really, really easy on yourself. When they actually have HP, right? You don't want to just kill them.
Need a revive?
Get up, buddy.
I'm on it. Revival complete.
Pull me even further. I want to get it correctly. That's like a little bit of a, learning curve to this kind of stuff. You can get them like all the way over here. If you do it correctly. Because what I'm doing is I'm moving too quick, so then it starts pulling him against the wall here. And that's something you do need to be careful about. Like if you, just in general, if you hook somebody, you walk behind the wall, it's going to pull them into this, right? It's not going to get him where you want to be. But if you do this and then wait for the commitment time period, it'll pull them even further. Like as you can see, this guy's even further than he would have been. That was too early. And the time is like basically dependent on like how close you are to them. Like if you hook them from really close, it's really fast, the time period. If you hook them from far, it gives you a lot more of a time period to pull them. But just like that, you can pull them behind the corner and it's really, really useful. And so you can, like I said, you can combo that with the way that you look to pull them like even further behind a corner. So do this sort of thing. That's pretty far in. Now you have to like make sure you get the timing correctly essentially. But you can pull them really, really far in. And it's extremely powerful. So make sure you're using that and make sure you're paying attention to that as a player, just to understand that even though you're getting hooked on a corner, that you can still be pulled in pretty far. And even just in general, like don't try and 1v1, or don't try and like, just be cautious when you're fighting against a Marasai, like no matter what. Like let's say you're the Zaku's and you have your little buddies with you, and you walk up on a Marasai and you're like, oh, if he hooks one of us, we're gonna kill him anyway. He can do this sort of thing, the double dash, and then turn around to pull you in even further. If they do it completely correctly, you can go really, really far. So if you're the Zaku's over there, you're like nowhere near this guy, and you can't help your buddy, and he's just gonna be killed. Or, you know, you're the one who got hooked, gonna be killed, right? So you have to be really, really careful about that. And as a Marasai player, just take advantage of that situation. Again, you have to be really careful about, like, you know, how the wall goes. Like, let's say you hook him and you're just like, oh, it's time to just go. Okay, well, apparently that one works. I don't know what to tell you. That he did slide around the wall there. But, like, you do have to be careful about, like, just trying to pull them, right? Because they will get caught in the corner. But apparently running like this pulls them in really far. That's kind of insane. I think it's just because of the way he slid. And again, just the way that like looking away makes it way like more consistent, because they will travel kind of around you. It's like they kind of want to travel like to get to where your body, like where you want them to be, essentially. But when you're doing it, make sure you're looking away. It's way more consistent and way more powerful this way. The distance is just absolutely insane that you can put someone in. Just absolutely just like, oh hey man, you're over there. No, now you're over here. Have fun. If you're looking for some more Gundam Evolution videos, then make sure to check out my mobile suit guides. I made one for all original to 14 mobile suits, and I did a Should You Main guide series also, covering the same mobile suits and talking about whether you should actually main them in Gundam Evolution or not.